The hall of the Intergalactic Training Academy was vast, its walls glowing faintly with an iridescent energy that pulsed like a heartbeat. Rows of alien cadets, each species more peculiar than the last, gathered on the observation platform. Tentacles, wings, and multiple eyes swiveled in unison, all focused on the sparring arena below. Today was not ordinary. Today, a human had been selected for a demonstration meant to test combat readiness and strategic intelligence, a task most species considered advanced even after decades of training. The human, named Leo, stepped into the arena. He was unremarkable in appearance by alien standards. His frame was compact, his skin a muted tone compared to the vibrant colors of his peers. He wore simple, protective armor, smooth and utilitarian. The aliens, particularly the class supervising, regarded him with faint amusement. Surely, they thought, the species could not match even the basic drills that had challenged them for centuries. The first opponent approached. It was a glither, four-limbed predator with retractable claws and a natural shield membrane that could deflect high-velocity attacks. The glither moved with calculated precision, its eyes scanning for weakness. The instructor signaled, and the duel began. The glither lunged immediately, its claws slicing through the air with a hiss that made the other cadets lean forward in anticipation. Leo did not flinch. Instead, he sidestepped with fluidity, his movements precise yet economical. A simple pivot, a step back. And he used the momentum of the glither's attack to guide the creature off balance. The hall went silent. The cadets whispered among themselves, a sound like the rustling of leaves in a storm. Many had never seen such efficiency in basic movement. The glither tried to recalibrate, hissing in frustration, but Leo was already ahead. With a careful jab to the joint of the creature's arm and a swift sweep of its legs, he brought it to the ground. Not aggressively, not cruelly, but effectively. The instructor, a towering being with crystalline skin, froze. Its multifaceted eyes reflected the human in a way that suggested disbelief. "Is that human?" one cadet murmured. "Executing a takedown with zero wasted motion." "Yes," another replied, voice trembling. "And that is normal for them?" Leo did not respond. He adjusted his stance, breathing evenly, waiting for the next challenge. His calm unnerved the alien observers more than his skill. The second opponent was a Uvrax, known for their unpredictable attacks and venomous strikes. The Uvrax zipped forward in a blur, fangs bared and spines raised. Again, the crowd anticipated failure. They had seen countless cadets, the best from many worlds, struggle to survive a single pass against a Uvrax. Leo remained composed. He crouched low, letting the Uvrax overextend its reach. A quick roll beneath a spiny strike, a countergrip to the creature's forelimb, and he used leverage to redirect the Uvrax into the padded floor with minimal force. The hall gasped. Alien mouths opened and closed, emitting sharp clicks and whistles that conveyed shock and disbelief. The instructor stepped forward, its crystalline appendages tapping against one another nervously. "Human, explain your strategy," it demanded, though the tone carried more curiosity than authority. Leo wiped sweat from his brow. "I observe. I exploit weaknesses, and I avoid unnecessary risk," he said plainly. "I train to make my opponent fall, not to destroy them." Murmurs spread through the alien cadets. Such thinking, strategic yet restrained, was alien to their instincts. Most species valued overwhelming force, immediate aggression, or displays of dominance. Humans, it seemed, approached combat differently. The third trial was not a duel, but a coordinated attack. A pair of Trelvans, small but fast, armed with plasma-edged blades, were sent simultaneously. Many species had failed this test in spectacular ways, often by overcommitting to one target and leaving themselves exposed. Leo analyzed. He watched the angles of approach, the shadows, the reflections of the overhead lights on the blades. Then he moved. A series of rapid steps, a duck, a feint, and both Trelvans found themselves off balance. He trapped one against a wall, gently pressing it into submission, and pivoted to intercept the other. With a light twist, he disarmed the second without contact beyond necessary leverage. Both attackers were neutralized, unharmed, yet the humans stood victorious. By now, the alien observers were visibly shaken. Many were whispering frantically. A few younger cadets were openly staring, unable to comprehend what they had just witnessed. This was no exceptional case of raw strength. This was disciplined, precise, and intuitive combat mastery. One cadet, small purple-skinned creature with multiple antennae, squeaked, Is it normal for humans to fight like this?" The instructor hesitated, its crystalline form reflecting the arena lights like fractured glass. "No," it admitted, voice trembling slightly. "I have never seen such efficiency. We trained for decades to achieve this. And yet," Leo, as if sensing the growing unease, smiled faintly. He lowered his stance in a gesture that was meant to show calm rather than threat. "I practice," he said simply. "I learn. I improve. Every day." The aliens could not hide their astonishment. Many had been part of interstellar military programs, warships, and decades-long training regimes. Yet this human, who appeared so fragile by their standards, demonstrated instincts and skill that rivaled their most elite cadets. Next came the final test, mock skirmish against an entire squad. The aliens assumed this would be the humans' downfall. The squad approached with coordinated formations, plasma rifles raised, blades glinting under the arena lights. Leo's expression remained calm, his eyes scanning, calculating, reading movement patterns almost instinctively as the squad advanced. Leo's body flowed through motion with a grace that belied its purpose. He used cover, feints, and calculated strikes. A jab here, a push there, and the squad found themselves disoriented. Not a single blow caused permanent harm, but every alien cadet was left confused and off balance. The hall erupted in disbelief. Tentacles shook, wings flapped, antennae quivered. Even the most experienced cadets could not comprehend the humans' control over timing and force. One of the squad members, still dazed, muttered, He predicted every move." Another whispered, "Impossible. He's learning faster than our simulations allow." Leo straightened, arms relaxed at his sides, and faced the instructor. "Combat is not just about power or speed," he said. "It is about understanding, awareness, anticipation, and restraint. The goal is not destruction, but resolution." The instructor's crystalline body trembled, reflecting the realization in sharp shards of light. We have underestimated humans," it admitted softly. "What we call basic, for them, is instinct." The room fell into a rare silence. Shock, not awe, swept through the cadets. Many were horrified at how simple attacks had been rendered ineffective. Others were fascinated, staring at Leo as though trying to understand a new law of nature. Even after the human left the arena, discussions continued. Cadets compared notes, debated strategy, and questioned centuries of tradition. How could a single species, seemingly fragile and unassuming, demonstrate mastery that outstripped countless generations of training? Outside the academy, the human's reputation began to grow. Stories spread across star systems. Some alien species began rethinking their training methods, adopting principles that emphasized awareness and restraint over raw aggression. Humans were no longer just another species to be cataloged. They were a benchmark, a measure of potential that transcended previous understanding. For Leo, it was simple. He trained every day, learned from mistakes, and sought improvement. Yet for the alien class, it became a moment of reckoning. They had believed themselves supreme in combat, masters of instinct and strategy. Now they were forced to acknowledge that a human, a seemingly ordinary individual, had shattered their expectations. The instructor, once confident in its authority, now observed humans with a mixture of curiosity and caution. It was a lesson that could not be forgotten. The human had done what no alien had expected, demonstrated that what was considered basic in their eyes could be extraordinary when guided by intelligence, discipline, and awareness. A ripple spread through the galaxy, and the species known as humans took a subtle yet undeniable place among the stars. Even centuries later, Cadets would tell the story of the human named Leo, who walked into an alien academy and, with nothing more than skill and instinct, transformed the way civilizations understood combat. What had begun as a demonstration ended as a revelation. Humans were not to be underestimated.